Hello, welcome back to Yorkshire Regions. My name is Matt and this is Zero to Hero. And since you were last with me, form has been poor. In the last episode we saw us beat Barnet and Halifax before losing to Rochdale, and since then we've only had 3 wins and we've lost about 7 games with a couple of draws in between. And all that meant that we tumbled down the league. Never in danger of relegation, but the playoff hopes quickly died. And yeah. So we've got our last few games of the season. We'll do the end of season review. With all that poor form, it's left us 15th in the league. Again, never in danger of relegation, but also nowhere near the playoffs. And we've got a game now against Solihull Moors away. And this is the team we're putting out. So we've got White and Johnson as the fullbacks. Gums and Wilson in central defence, Burrell in front of them, Bennett and McHugh in midfield with A. Bennett, and Amis and Buckley in strike. So I think the aim of the game for these last few games is just to put up a bit more of a fight, maybe get some wins so form isn't as bad going into next season, but yeah, we've not looked good at all recently. In fact, we've looked very poor. Definitely some stuff to think about going into to next season, and that I think the main question is: do we stick with the diamond or do we look to change? I mean, with form being as bad as it is, it might be time to change. I've had the message from the game saying. Matthew Sawyer unwilling to experiment, which normally means you need to change your formation basically. White's actually picked up a knock, so we might bring him off soon, but it looks like he's bounced back a bit. But yeah, I think the problem is the way we built this team now, because the diamond's been so good for us, we're not really set up to play another formation. I mean, we've got no wingers at the club, so the only other thing we could do would be to play like a variant of this diamond, or either that or we'll look to sign some wingers in the summer. But I don't think we're going to get much money to spend. We've absolutely had hardly any highlights from that game, not had a shot on target from us, which were very poor. But yeah, like saying, we're not really in a position to bring in many players this summer. I mean, we have set a few contracts to end, so we have got a little bit of money to play with, but we need players in all the big positions really. I mean, we need a new defender, we definitely need a midfielder, we definitely need another striker. We've not been scoring many goals lately, so it's definitely something we need to work on. But we're on a real bad run of form lately. It's a good job we've done the business early on in the season to secure safety, because we've looked poor. I mean, we've had 2 shots in this game, not one on target. Coming up to 70th minute, and I don't think we've seen a highlight. We have got one now, but yeah, we have looked. We've looked a bit poor. Johnson's going to whip across in to Amis, and he misses. He's got some tired legs out there as well. Johnson's tiring, even though he's been our best player. Drop some encouragement. Last 10 minutes. 3 shots, none on target. Again, we've controlled possession, which we're doing a lot of games. I think that's the style of football we play. Bennett's got a free kick with a couple of minutes left. He has scored a few of these before, and nothing comes of it. And 93rd minute, and Josh Kelly scores, and we lose 1-0 in the 93rd minute, nearly 94th, which was only supposed to be 2 minutes of added time, so not too sure what that's about. I'm going to tell them far from pleased, because that is another defeat and another poor performance. And there we go. Warrington boss, unwilling to experiment again. That's simply because we don't have any players to play a different formation at the moment. Something I'm going to have to address I think, in the summer. But yeah, that normally means time to change your formation, or things are going to be very bad for you. I didn't bother showing you the full highlights of this next game, but as you can see, we lost against Newport County. I think we managed to pull a goal back at the end to make it 2-1 in this game. I missed with the penalty. But yeah, another defeat, and that takes us into the last game of the season. We did get to see the trophy be lifted though by Newport County at its home crowd, so at least as fans got to see some silverware this season. I mean, obviously we had the playoff win last season, but yeah, you know, it was nice to see some confetti at the Warrington home ground. And this is the team we're putting out for the last game of the season. We're playing Oldham away. I'm not expecting a better performance, to be honest. I think now the game has decided that the formation isn't working. This team isn't working anymore. I feel like this is going to be it now for us. We'll probably lose most of his games until we do something about it. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to have to think about as we go into the start of next season. Do I bring some wingers in? Do I look to change how we do things? I mean, the problem is with changing the formation and playing a winger formation is really I need to sign 4 wingers because you need 2 backups. We've just gone 1-0 down actually there through an Oldham header. But yeah, I'd have to bring in 4 wingers, and we just ain't got the money, to be honest with you. I think looking at the wage budget and what we're expected to get, I think we're looking at maybe having enough money to bring in 3 more players. So part of me is wondering, do we just double down on the diamond and just bring in some better quality? You know, if we can bring in another striker, another good midfielder for this diamond, and another solid defender, you'd hope we'd be alright. I mean, for most of this season the formation's worked and we've looked good. It's only recently, towards the end of the season, where the game's decided it doesn't work anymore, that we've looked really poor. Although we've got a chance here, McHugh pulls it back to Bennett, we have actually gone 2-1 up. So, you know, we can score goals when we need to. But, you know, unfortunately we haven't been scoring too many recently. So I'll tell the boys we're pleased with that and drop them some praise as well. Although we very nearly went 2-2 there, we still might. The Oldham player misses, or Bellagambi save, should I say. Big fan of Bellagambi. I mean, the only other thing I could do is, if Warrington's a bit of a sinking ship, which it could be, is it now time to look at other jobs maybe, you know, move on? You know, this save isn't about loyalty, it's about working my way up the leagues as quick as I can. And I think it's definitely something I need to consider maybe, you know, if we can get an half decent job in League 2, maybe someone who's just been relegated from League 1, then I think that's something I could potentially do. I mean, we're doing this save on the realism mode, so it's what would I actually do in real life, and I think if a job came available that suited me, you know, I am trying to work my way up to get to the point where we either win the Champions League or win a major league or a major trophy, then potentially I do have to look and see what's out there. I mean, this has been the best performance in a long time really that we're watching right now, although Oldham are looking to counter here. Plays it through if this guy can find his striker, which he does, and that makes it 2-2. So I might take it back about what I just said about this being the best performance we've had in a while. I'm going to demand more. Hopefully we can still get something out of the game. 20 minutes left. Got some tired legs out there, to be fair. It's been a long season. Smeckle James really poor again, so Sturton Turner can come on from him. Burrell can push up into midfield, and we will bring on Duggan. Ami Atadetro isn't quite fit yet, and we don't have anyone to replace Johnson with. So Ami Atadetro can come on. I mean, it is the last game of the season after all. Tell the boys to focus. Hopefully we can get a point out of this, end the losing streak. Although Oldham's having a look here, I think we've given away a penalty. Ami Adetro's first touch of the game. Going to drop to positive, we'll try and get straight back at him. Yeah, 3-2. 3-2. Looks like we might have another defeat here. 2-1 up. at half time. And this second half we've looked like we've looked for most of the season, which is, well, the end of the season, which is poor. And we do lose our final game of the season, meaning we finished 15th in the league. 20 points clear of relegation, but also 20 points away from the playoffs. So we're just going to have a look and see if we can make a new formation work here. I'm thinking of doing a gegenpress, get some wingers involved. We'll probably start training. We'll stick with the diamond for now, but we might start training a new tactic. And there we've just seen the message that we've hit a new low. And we've just got our budgets, which gives me £2,000 wage budget. Which means realistically we're probably looking at bringing 2 players, so I think it's time to start looking at other jobs. Stockport in League 1 might not be a bad job. There is some jobs available in the National League, but same again, I don't want to take a step down. Dagenham and Redbridge just been relegated. Spennymoor haven't been promoted, so they're no good. Yeah, and Eastleigh as well, that's available, but they've also just been relegated. Stockport just missed out on the playoffs in League 1. Whether the game thinks I'm good enough or not for that job, I don't know yet, but we'll see. But we have been doing some business. Frankie Maguire is coming in. He's going to be another midfielder for us. 21-year-old. And we're also bringing in Regan Booty to help with the midfield as well. So I think we are going to try and make this diamond work. Aidan Baldwin's coming in and Rio Griffiths. And I think that's probably going to be it for our transfers. I think we're all spent up after that. But that gives us some players to work with. End of year summary. And Will Johnson's won our signing of the... Oh no, sorry, Bellagambi's won signing of the season. Which I think is fair, he has been a good player for us. The board are happy with how we've finished, got an A- there for coming 15th. We were expected just to survive. Just to stay up, from relegation, so... But yeah, you just look here and look at that form towards the end of the season, that is shocking. Match to remember, a 4-4 draw with Woking, and our biggest win was a 4-1 win against Maidenhead. Mainly green on this screen, which is good. We have just been promoted, the highest the club's ever been, and this is our team of the season. Smeckle James somehow gets saying he scored. He did score 9 goals, so I can't be too harsh on him. Buckley scored 15 goals. Nazari gets in front of Sturton Turner, bit of a shock. Bennett McDonald in mid. Williams as the defensive mid, can't be anyone else. And then we've got Johnson and Wilson as the wing backs and the 2 central defenders, as you'd expect. Will Johnson won Young Player of the Year. Buckley obviously top goal scorer with 15, and Bennett with 12 assists gets the top assist award. And highest average rating Will Johnson, so I think he's definitely a player we look to build around. 20 years old, is definitely one for the future. And Sturton Turner becomes our youngest player and our youngest goal scorer at 16 years old. But here's a look at the new lads we're bringing in. So Rio Griffiths has plenty of potential, just been on loan at Gates. He'd only scored 2 goals in this league, but hopefully we can get a few more out of him. Frankie Maguire again, potential 5-star, he's just been on loan on Chester. Aidan Baldwin, 27 years old, but he's just been playing in League 2, 14 games for Notts County. And the final signing we made was Regan Booty. Also got plenty of potential. Record high finish for us. We're also bringing in Houghton Paris as well as another left back. Finally getting some offers in for some of these old boys. So Sean Williams looks like he's dropping down a few divisions. With how little squad depth we've got, I am potentially interested in keeping him or bringing him as a staff, but it's not letting us do that option, so I think it's probably time we let him go. So I'm going to accept that offer, I think, for Sean Williams. And yeah, there's confirmation that Sean Williams left the club. Been a fantastic player for us, but we've got to start looking at the future now, and with Booty coming in, I think he's probably going to fill that position well. I just hope the game lets me bring it back around with this diamond. there we go. We've won the biggest overachievers award in the league, which I think is fair. People probably expected us to finish bottom. And we've got a lot of players out of contract next season, which is definitely something we're going to have to look to sort soon. Amiel Detro, Will Johnson, Nazari, so Sturton Turner's out of contract. We definitely need to be renewing his contract. He is very much the future of Warrington Football Club. Give him a 3-year deal. And we'll probably look to renew some of these contracts as well. And there's confirmation that Houghton Paris has come in, who's going to be our new left back for the season. And with all that, on our season preview, we are expected to finish rock bottom, 500 to 1. That's worrying. I'm just going to see what we've got in terms of players for the upcoming season. I'm thinking this is going to be our best team. So we've got Johnson in, Wilson in, Amiel Detro is definitely our best fullbacks. We've got the new boy Houghton Paris, who's going to be our new left back. In terms of a defensive mid, I think we're probably going to play Booty there. Obviously we've sold Williams now. Harry McHugh can keep his place as a Mazzala. I think probably Bennett's going to be the attacking mid. And then in terms of a box-to-box, I think it'll have to be new boy Frankie Maguire. And then Smeckle James and Rio Griffiths and Buckley can be an impact player off the bench. And as you can see, we have agreed to loan Sturton Turner out just to get some more game time in him. We have signed some new players, so I don't think we need him. And in the next episode, we are going to be playing Oldham away in our first game of the season. This is the team we're going to be putting out. Bella Gambi's still unhappy from earlier in the season, but yeah, come back in the next episode and we will see how we get on. And thank you very much for watching, and please hit that subscribe button. Thank you.